Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into what might just be the ultimate economic comeback story of our time. We're going to decode the master blueprint for a fully developed Viksit Bharat by 2050. We'll look at how a nation literally transitions from a history of forced deindustrialization into a sheer global titan of technology and manufacturing. Let's get right into it.
Okay, so take a look at this absolutely staggering number, $45 trillion. Just to put that into perspective, that figure completely dwarfs the GDP of many modern superpowers combined. That number actually represents the wealth that was systematically extracted from India by colonial forces over roughly 2 centuries. For 200 years, indigenous industries were just dismantled to fuel a foreign empire's industrial revolution. And the result? Well, a completely hollowed-out economy left in the wake of all that extraction.
Which brings us to a massive provocation. How does a nation survive that level of forced economic drain to become the world's fastest-growing manufacturing and tech powerhouse today? Seriously, how do you go from those dark days of extraction to the cutting-edge labs we see in modern India? Well, the resurrection is happening right now, and it's being driven by indigenous sovereignty and just a relentless technological search.
Here's the blueprint we're going to map out today. 1. The ultimate economic comeback. 2. Ancient logic and the quantum future. 3. Vedic blueprints for smart cities. 4. The green hydrogen revolution. 5. Moving from Gurukuls to AI classrooms. And finally, 6. Conquering space and the oceans.
So starting off with Section 1, the ultimate economic comeback, reclaiming the narrative.
Now, to really grasp where India is heading by 2050, we have to look at where they started. Back in 1700, India actually controlled nearly a quarter, 24%, of the entire world's wealth. They were a global economic epicenter, a massive hub of international trade and indigenous manufacturing way before the Industrial Revolution even took hold in the West. Fast forward to today, and the tables are turning once again. By ditching foreign reliance and reclaiming their own narrative, India's fighting to get back that exact economic sovereignty, and they're doing it through sheer modern tech and manufacturing scale.
Moving right along to Section 2, Ancient Logic, Quantum Future, from Sanskrit to Qubits. Because you see, this comeback isn't just about throwing up more factories. It's actually about rewriting the very architecture of future computation. The crucial point here is how India is straight up rejecting standard foreign benchmarks in the race for quantum supremacy. Silicon Valley's binary logic, the standard ones and zeros, it's hitting physical limits. Pack too many transistors onto a microchip, and you're dealing with uncontrollable heat and quantum tunneling. But instead of doubling down on that, India is turning to the nonlinear logic of a 2,000-year-old Sanskrit text. Ancient Vedic philosophy intrinsically accepts uncertainty and multi-layered outcomes. And astonishingly, this ancient worldview perfectly mirrors the exact physics of quantum superposition, the ability of qubits to exist in multiple states at once. It's absolutely wild.
And that brings us to the ancient Nyaya Framework. It's a 5-member logical sequence: proposition, reason, example, application, and conclusion. Today, engineers are literally mapping this exact linguistic and logical structure to code algorithms that reduce computational noise in modern cryogenic processors. Because Sanskrit is incredibly rule-based and unambiguous, it turns out to be a perfect syntactic bridge when programming complex quantum states. They're actually using ancient logic to build a nationwide quantum key distribution network right now. This kind of hybrid approach ensures total digital autonomy, which positions them to solve hyper-complex stuff like climate modeling and monsoon predictions with unprecedented accuracy.
Let's jump into Section 3, Vedic Blueprints, Smart Cities, the Rise of Mandala Megacities.
So, taking this hybrid logic into the physical world, especially when dealing with the heat island crises facing tomorrow's hyperdense megacities, what if I told you the blueprints for the world's most advanced smart cities were actually thousands of years old? The ancient Panchabhuta, or the 5 elements, maps directly onto 2026 zero-waste mandates and high-tech infrastructure. Think about it. Water translates seamlessly to AI-driven recycling. Earth becomes bio-vastu carbon capture materials built right into the foundations. Fire and light, they dictate modular grids that maximize solar paths. And air inspires cardinal alignment to create natural wind tunnels. It's this incredible fusion of spiritual geometry and cutting-edge smart tech designed to create truly sustainable urban living.
And we're already seeing this in action with upcoming 15-minute city expansions like Dalera and Gips City. They are completely ditching standard Western grid planning. Instead, they're using the sacred 81-square Vasta Purusha Mandala. It's a traditional, highly structured architectural grid system designed specifically to maximize natural light and channel organic airflow. By aligning their streets to these natural solar paths and wind corridors, they massively reduce HVAC energy loads. There's even psychological data out there suggesting that folks living in these sacred geometry-aligned cities report lower cortisol levels and higher productivity. I mean, it is ancient wellness engineered directly into concrete and high-speed maglev hubs.
Moving on to Section 4, the Green Hydrogen Revolution, Powering 2050. Now, to power all this massive infrastructure without choking the skies with emissions, the answer is actually hidden inside a single drop of water. India is betting everything on the green hydrogen revolution. By scaling up high-pressure PEM electrolyzers powered by massive solar parks in places like Rajasthan, they are literally splitting water to fuel a nation. This is absolutely vital because green hydrogen does what solar and wind alone just can't do. It provides the intense, sustained heat you need for heavy industry. This volatile, microscopic molecule is replacing coking coal to forge green steel. It's converting heavy-duty long-haul trucking to liquid hydrogen storage, and it's driving the rapid rollout of coastal to inland pipelines. It is the definitive catalyst for their net-zero future and ultimate energy independence.
Next up, Section 5, Gurukuls to AI classrooms, the pedagogical loop.
But how do you actually train a workforce to engineer this post-silicon green hydrogen future? Well, you do it by completing a pretty breathtaking full-circle moment in education. Look back at the ancient era, and you had the Gurukul system, which offered highly personalized, holistic mentorship where teachers deeply understood every individual student's capabilities. Then, the colonial era rolled in and forced this rigid, standardized factory model of schooling that really suppressed creativity for decades. Fast forward to today, and through the national education policy and some serious AI integration, they are breaking that factory mold. That personalized mentorship of the past, it's returning today through hyper-personalized adaptive AI algorithms that can identify a student's strengths and weaknesses in real time. So modern India isn't about replacing the past, it's about upgrading it with 21st century tools.
Finally, we hit Section 6, Conquering Space and Oceans, the Dual Frontier Blueprint.
So where does a nation go when they've optimized their cities and their minds? They look to the extremes. Imagine a country synchronizing the exact same indigenous engineering DNA to master both the absolute zero of space and the crushing depths of the deep ocean simultaneously. It's sheer engineering insanity in the best way possible. Up above, you have the Gaganyaan mission using cryogenic propulsion to master the vacuum of space. And down below, the Samudrayaan mission's Matsya 6000 is using dense titanium pressure holes to descend 6,000 meters into the ocean abyss, surviving an unbelievable 600 times normal atmospheric pressure.
By mastering these extreme dual frontiers, India is securing the critical future resources they'll need for the next century. They're targeting helium-3 from 2030's lunar bases for clean energy, while at the very same time, they're using autonomous robotics to extract polymetallic nodules from the deep seabed. Add in the Bhartiya Antariksha Station serving as a refueling hub, and the creation of a real-time digital twin of Earth's biosphere, and that digital twin is wild. It's a dynamic, massive computational model that perfectly simulates ecological shifts and climate impacts in real time, letting them test climate interventions virtually before deploying them in the real world. You combine all of this, and you're looking at a strategic masterstroke for true planetary leadership.
So from reclaiming their 1700s economic dominance to using ancient Nyaya logic for quantum computing to embedding sacred mandalas into modern smart grids, we've seen how ancestral wisdom is uniquely answering modern crises across pretty much every sector today. Which leaves us with one final lingering thought to walk away with. As we race toward 2050, is the key to our global technological survival simply a reincarnation of our own history? Think about that for a second. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and as always, keep questioning the future.